And today, I am proud to publish our new Defence Investment Plan. This plan delivers on last year's review. But in light of the rapidly changing world, the changing NATO conflict, and the imminent and growing threats we face, it goes further still. This plan represents our best judgment of what the country needs to meet this moment. And it is a platform on which I know my successor will build. And I can announce today that under the Defence Investment Plan, we are increasing this by a further £15 billion, setting a new record of spending almost £300 billion over the next 4 years to back our armed forces and strengthen our national security. Before we came into office, so 2 years ago, this country spent £54 billion a year on defence. We are taking this to almost £80 billion a year by 2029. That is a real terms increase of 27%. From spending 2.3% of GDP on defence in 2024, we are raising it to 2.7%, putting us on a trajectory to reach 3% in the next Parliament. At last year's NATO summit, I committed to spend 5% of GDP on our wider security, covering things like energy security and critical infrastructure, as well as defence. The Defence Investment Plan, published today, takes us to 4.2% under that commitment. By any measure, this is a huge historic shift for our nation and a legacy in which I take pride. First, it will make the British people safer. It focuses our resources squarely on the readiness of our armed forces, reversing the cuts of recent years, prioritising the availability of our forces and assets, rebuilding ammunition stockpiles, ensuring we are ready to fight and defend our nation and better prepared to win. It will also make the British people safer by driving a generational transformation of our armed forces, learning the lessons of Ukraine in order to modernise our military, equipped to fight the wars both of today and tomorrow. And we're backing this by putting in more than £5 billion into drones and autonomous weapons. That is the largest ever UK investment in this technology. That means we will build a new hybrid Royal Navy, so that when our frigates move to intercept a threat to British interests, like a Russian ship in our waters, for example, they will do so with outriders, uncrewed ships, above and below the surface, their AI systems working in unison with our warships, operating as a single integrated force. This will be joined by the next generation RAF, Typhoons flying with autonomous wingmen, making them invisible to enemy detection. And we will build an army that is 10 times more lethal, with attack drones flying alongside our Apache helicopters, a new fleet of surveillance drones collecting intelligence and finding targets, and a surge in low-cost one-way attack drones, which have proved so effective in Ukraine. On top of this, we are investing in long-range missiles, armoured vehicles, and counter-drone defence systems. We're investing in £500 million in new technology and capabilities for our commandos and our special forces, which are already the envy of the world. And we're investing £115 million to raise our defences against the threats of AI. This is about harnessing cutting-edge technology on every front to multiply our strength and defend our nation. And that's what this investment will deliver. And to make sure that we keep winning contracts like that, I can announce today that we're creating a new £50 billion defence export facility to support British defence businesses to compete, to create more jobs, pride and opportunity up and down the country. That is the largest expansion of UK export finance support in its 100-year history, and a once-in-a-generation boost to the British defence industry. Third, this plan will benefit our nation because it enables us to strengthen our international leadership and build a more European NATO. This is not to the exclusion of the US, but to strengthen the transatlantic alliance which keeps our country safe. This demands a decisive strengthening of European capabilities